It is Child Abuse Prevention Month, and one group that is essential to protecting children is the Child Protection Center. Beth and Lisa are here, and many people think this just really doesn't happen because it doesn't happen in their world, but it is actually very prevalent. Lisa, tell us about it.
Child abuse happens across all socioeconomic statuses. It happens everywhere in the city. On average, Child Protection Center sees 800 kids a year, just in Jackson and Cass County alone. So it's a staggering number.
That's amazing. And you actually deal with the kids. What are you seeing is happening to them? What kinds of abuse?
We see huge numbers of sexual abuse, children all the way from infancy through adolescence, a great deal of physical abuse as well, and a number of kids who are exposed to and witnessing child abuse of some sort or other violence in the community.
So that's traumatic to them as well. And what do you all do to try to prevent this, to try to protect the kids? What do you do?
I would say that the main role that we have is to obtain that child's detailed statement about what occurred, to provide that information to the people that are investigating so that they can take appropriate steps to try to ensure safety for those kids. And then we make referrals to community services in order that those kids can get some help.
All right, so Lisa, tell us a little bit about how prevalent this is. I talked about at the beginning that a lot of people don't think it really happens in their world, but would you say those people should be surprised and they should be on the lookout because maybe it really is happening in their world?
I think you should always be on the lookout. It's probably underreported. We see 800 kids a year. That's probably just the tip of the iceberg of the kids that we need to see. So if you see a child you think is in trouble, please call the hotline. Make sure that somebody in authority knows that you have a suspicion that someone's being hurt so someone can go in and make sure they're being taken care of.
Are these parents stunned? You know, who've come in, who've realized this is happening, in fact, to their child or neighbor's child?
Oftentimes it is equally traumatic for the parent as it is for the child, because to think that you have put your child in a situation where they can experience this kind of trauma involves a lot of guilt and a lot of self-blame, and we try to help them through that process as well.
All right, so when someone spots this child abuse, what are some kinds of symptoms, really quick, some signs, something we can see in the child or circumstances around the family?
A lot of times we'll see kids who are really wanting to avoid being with a particular individual, but they may feel reticent to talk about what's happened.
So really silent, kind of quiet.
I think it's really helpful to just ask kids, what's going on? Is there something that's bothering you?
Direct question. All right, Lisa and Beth, thanks so much for being here. Of course, if someone needs to call for help, do you have a number?
I would just call the Missouri hotline number, and I don't know it off the top of my head, but that's the number I would call.
And we're going to put that on our website, and there it is on the air as well. Thanks so much for being here, ladies, and for shedding some light on this necessary subject.
Thank you for having us.